Transfer Property Act paper questions part 3. What is exchange? Right? What are the rights and liabilities of parties into an exchange? An exchange under Transfer Property Act 1882 is a transfer, the transaction where two persons mutually transfer ownership of one thing for another, as long as neither of both things are not only money. The transfer of property is an exchange must be made in the same way as the sale. Both parties in exchange have equal rights over one another. When the person is transferred, when the particular thing is transferred from one person to another person, he is considered to be the seller. The person who transferred thing is called the seller, and who he holds the rights which a seller has for selling a property. The rights after gaining after considering the proposition is holding. If a person is at the receiving side, he has a right to of a buyer in a fit condition and is not in a fit state. He may claim for damages. He has to possess all rights over the property after getting transferred. What are characteristics of a lease? Discuss the rights and liabilities of a lessor and lessee. Characteristics of lease are parties. The lessor is an owner of the asset, and the lessor is the user. Assets. The property that will be leased is subject matter to lease. The lease terms. The length of the time of the lease agreement that is in fact. Rental payment. The lessee pays the lessor for the use of the asset. Default. The lessee may be held liable for all future payments, that is, once in exchange for the asset. Right of lessors. Right to accretion. The lessor has the entitlement to any further accretion or additional made to the property during the tenancy period. Right to collect rent. The lessor has right to collect rent as any other form of consideration, as specified in the lease from the tenant without any interruption. Liability of lessor. Duty of disclosure. The lessor is obligated to disclose of any material defect in the property. To give possession. The lessor must produce possession of the property to the lessor upon the lessee's request. The rights of lessors are to check for repairs. If the lessor fails to make any necessary repairs to the property, the lessor has the right to undertake those repairs at their own expense. Liability of lessee are duty to disclose the material fact. The lessor is obligated to inform the lessor of any material defects relevant to the property that the lessee is aware of, but the lessor is not. Duty to pay the rent. The lessor must pay the rent or the premium to the lessee or the agent of the specified time and place as per the lease agreement. Duty to use the property reasonably. The lessee must use the property in a reasonable manner, that is, if it were as if it were owned. Thank you.